Dear friends, this is Monday, the 16th of March 2015. I'm recording this message because I have received a couple of messages from some friends abroad, and they were concerned that we had a military coup in Brazil, or that a relevant amount of people were requesting such sort of intervention. I would like to tell you that such thing has not happened, and it's not likely to happen. You do not have to worry about that. What happened yesterday, Sunday, was a very strong manifestation across the country. People are not satisfied with current affairs and with the current government. What we have had is a phenomenon called swarming. There have been several organized events that were scheduled for yesterday, and while people were taking to the streets, the others became interested in the affair, and they joined the crowd. So we have had something around 2 million people in the streets yesterday in Brazil. Half of it in the city of São Paulo, the capital of the state of São Paulo, which is also our economic capital. Very relevant crowds have gathered in other major cities, but the significant thing is we have also had very relevant crowds in smaller cities in the interior of the country. This represents changes in the social tissue. From what we know so far, yesterday's events were peaceful. This is very important because in June 2013 we have also seen swarmings in Brazil, and they grew in strength along the month. Hundreds of thousands of people, but unfortunately, towards the middle of the movement, the black blocs started to apply violent techniques to the manifestations, and people were afraid of going to the streets, and so the movement has died. We have interpreted such events as a message to the government and saying that people are not satisfied with the general direction of their policies, and especially people are very concerned about the economic measures that have been applied lately. We have seen the Brazilian currency devaluate in relation to the dollar, and this affects of course, it becomes a chain effect. Moreover, people are very annoyed here in Brazil, and they're not willing to take corruption anymore. What we have seen is that Brazil's move towards hosting the World Cup last year was a very stupid thing. We have spent billions of dollars to build the arenas, and in the end, most of them will be idle. They will not be profitable. We have paid for that, and now we do not have money for the hospitals and schools and security and other public things that are related to public interest. So we have seen investments in private interests while we forfeited public interest. This is something that people are not willing to take anymore. And then after the elections, the Petrobras scandal has grown to, a size that the government was not able to hide anymore. And as the information keeps coming, people notice that it reaches $500 million, and this may only be the tip of a corruption iceberg that would involve other companies, other public companies, and really there's no point in denying these things anymore. So what happened was that 2 million people took to the streets yesterday in this sort of I can't take it anymore fashion, right? So summing up, you do not have to worry about military coup in Brazil. People who call for that are freaks, they are eccentrics, they are outliers. The bad thing is that, of course, the people who are aligned with the government will tend to frame such freaks in order to make these claims bigger than they actually are, so that would corroborate their thesis that people are leaning to the right in Brazil. Most of the people are the middle class here, are not really prone to any radical, polarized types of governments. We do not want a dictatorship here. We do not want a right-wing dictatorship, and we do not want a left-wing dictatorship. We want to develop. People are tired of being tutored in that sense. We are very civilized people. We have everything that we need here in this country to become what we want, which is a civilized, humanist, and developed country. All right. Goodbye, and I'll keep you posted.